Hare Krishna, Namaste, Chapter 8, entitled as Akshara Brahma Yoga. Sloka 28. Vedeṣu yajñeṣu tapaḥsu caiva dāneṣu yat puṇya-phalaṁ pradiṣṭam atyeti tat sarvam idaṁ viditvā yogī paraṁ sthānam upaiti cādyam. This is the last sloka of chapter 8. In this sloka, Krishna speaks about the benefit of having the knowledge of chapter 7 and chapter 8. Let's see the word by word and translation. Vedeṣu, in the study of the Vedas, yajñeṣu, in the performances of yajna, sacrifice, tapaḥsu, and in undergoing different types of austerities, dāneṣu, in giving charity, yat puṇya-phalaṁ, whatever result of pious work, the meritorious rewards, pradiṣṭam, as stated in the scriptures, tat sarvam, all these, idaṁ, this, viditvā, knowing, atyeti, surpasses, transcends, or considering them as straw, a blade of grass. Yogī, the devotee, who has become steadfast in bhakti yoga, cādyam, original or beginningless, paraṁ sthānam, also the supreme abode, upaiti, attains. Translation: a person who accepts the path of devotional service is not bereft of the results derived from studying the Vedas, performing sacrifices, undergoing austerities, giving charity, and pursuing philosophical and fruitive activities. Simply by performing devotional service, he attains all these, and at the end, he reaches the supreme eternal abode. In chapter 7, Krishna spoke about his natural position, how he is cause of all causes, how one should consider him to be the goal and the means, and in chapter 8, how one should prepare oneself to depart the body so one can attain Krishna. These are the two topics which has been discussed in chapter 7 and chapter 8. In this last sloka, Krishna says, those who have attained the knowledge of chapter 7 and chapter 8 surpasses the benefits or the rewards that one gets by performing the study of Vedas or performing sacrifices or austerities and charities. Even if one does all of these things, whatever the reward that one gets cannot be compared to the benefit of knowing these two chapters, having the knowledge of these two chapters. Everything else will be compared to simply a straw. So one might ask a question. Therefore, just having the knowledge, studying and having the knowledge of chapter 7 and chapter 8 is sufficient enough, because that surpasses everything else. The benefit that one gets cannot be compared with any other karmas that one does. Therefore, I don't need to read the scriptures. I don't need to do any yajñeṣus. I don't need to do any austerity. I certainly don't need to do any charity, because I've read chapter 7 and chapter 8. I've got the knowledge. Well, a person who has read chapter 7 and chapter 8 will understand and perform all these activities as a service, not to attain any benefit from those karmas, but continue to do those activities of studying Vedas, performing sacrifices, doing some austerities, and giving charities. He continues to do these things, but do not depend on these karma as a mean to attain Krishna. Then why does he do? He does because these things are recommended by elders. These things are recommended in the Shastra and by Krishna himself, who gave the Shastra. Therefore, one continues to do these things with proper understanding of chapter 7 and chapter 8. That everything is part and parcel of Krishna. Krishna is a proprietor. Krishna is an enjoyer. And I should dedicate myself, my thoughts, my words, my action in Krishna consciousness. So at the time of death, I can remember Krishna. If I can remember Krishna, that means I should not be remembering other material things. For one to not be attracted to other material things, one should have been in Krishna consciousness during his life. For one to be Krishna consciousness and understand Krishna consciousness, one should have association of the devotees who can teach us and guide us in the right path. In that way, one consider everything else as insignificant as a grass. Therefore, out of all the different types of devotees, bhaktas, that Krishna had mentioned, he wants us to become an ananya bhakta, an unalloyed devotee, a bhakta, not expecting anything else other than Krishna himself. And such a yogi, devotee, attains my eternal abode, which is beyond the material realm. In the next section, we will see a short summary of chapter 8 before we can enter into chapter 9. Vedeṣu yajñeṣu tapaḥsu caiva dāneṣu yat puṇya-phalaṁ pradiṣṭam atyeti tat sarvam idaṁ viditvā yogī paraṁ sthānam upaiti cādyam. Namaste. Hare Krishna.